I've spent the last 4 videos talking about decisions. Whether I was ready, which race to choose, how to train, who to lean on. And all of those decisions mattered. But there's something I didn't tell you. Something I didn't fully understand until I finally crossed that marathon finish line for the first time. All of those decisions, every single one, were protecting something. And I didn't know what it was until it happened. I didn't become a marathoner when I started training like one. I became a marathoner when I finished one. And that distinction, it's everything. Before I finished my first marathon, everything felt temporary. I thought I could do it. I hoped I could do it. I was trying to do it, but I didn't know. And because I didn't know, doubt had a voice, a loud one. Every hard workout, doubt would whisper, "See, you're not built for this." Every time I missed a run, doubt would say, "You're already failing, why keep going?" Every moment I felt tired or scared or completely overwhelmed, doubt would say, "What makes you think you're capable of running 26 miles?" And I didn't have an answer because I'd never done it. But then I did. January 10th, 2016, mile 22 of the Walt Disney World Marathon, the exact spot where I had gotten on the sweeper bus a year earlier, I ran past it. A few miles later, I saw the finish line. I started crying, smiling and crying at the same time. I'd been chasing this goal for 21 months, and suddenly it was real. They put the medal around my neck, and something changed. The argument in my head was over. Not because I ran fast, not because I proved I was tough, but because I had a memory now. A memory that doubt couldn't touch. Here's what I've learned since then. Confidence is borrowed. Memory is owned. Confidence says, "I think I can." Memory says, "I already did." And once you have that memory, everything shifts. Before I finished my first marathon, my brain would ask, "Can I do this?" After I finished, my brain started asking something different. "How do I want to do it this time?" That's the shift. That's the identity change I didn't see coming. And it's why the first marathon is different from every other marathon you'll ever run. The first one isn't about your time. It's not about proving you're tough. It's not about doing it perfectly. The first marathon is about closing the gap between who you are and who you're becoming. You're not running to see if you can do it. You're running to end the argument, to remove doubt as a factor in every decision you'll make after that. Here's what I wish someone had told me when I was training for that first attempt. You don't have to feel like a marathoner to train like one. You just have to stay with it long enough to remember finishing. Because once you remember it, once you own that memory, doubt stops being the loudest voice. That's why all those earlier decisions mattered. Getting honest about whether I was ready, choosing a race I could actually handle, building a plan that fit my body. Every decision was protecting the same thing, my ability to get to that finish line and claim the identity I'd been chasing. And here's what nobody tells you. That first finish doesn't just change how you see marathons, it changes how you see yourself. Because suddenly you're someone who does hard things, someone who doesn't quit when it hurts. And that identity, it doesn't just apply to running, it applies to everything. My first marathon didn't prove I was fast, it didn't prove I was strong. It proved the argument in my head was wrong. And once that argument was over, everything else changed. If you're thinking about your first marathon right now, here's what I want you to know. The finish line is waiting for you, not to judge you, not to test you, but to give you something you can't get any other way, a memory that doubt can't argue with. And if you're wondering whether you need help getting there, whether you need a coach or a community or just someone who gets what you're going through, I needed that help to protect my first finish. Not because I was weak, but because that finish mattered more than I realized. The marathon will be there whether you have support or not. The question is whether you'll show up at the starting line ready to trust what you've built. and whether you'll cross the finish line ready to accept the identity that's been waiting for you. If you're still here at the end of this 5-video series, you're not behind. You're paying attention. And that matters more than most people realize.